Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for June 2021. And what a month it is. uh, as I said with every reading I've been doing here for the month of June, we are in a Mercury retrograde all through the month of June. We'll be in that energy. We have eclipse season. We've just had an eclipse here in May, and now we're going to have a solar eclipse on the new moon uh June 10th, and then we have um of course there's Litha coming, the summer solstice on the 20th, and also the sun moves into the Cancer sign of Cancer. So those are just some things going on here in June. So there's a lot of intense energy as far as the eclipses and the retrogrades. We also Saturn's in retrograde, so um and with that in mind, I'm going to start the reading here for Scorpio. Now, all of them have been pretty intense. I've looked over your cards here and sat with them a little bit, and your reading's pretty different than some of the others. I don't know why, but uh, yours isn't quite as intense. So somehow you're managing, Scorpios, to kind of stay calm, is what I'm getting. Some of you are managing to be calm through this. You've got that dawn. So there is a new beginning here for you. You're going to come into a new beginning in some way. Clouds, shape-shifting. You're shape-shifting there, Scorpio. You're able to adapt. You're adapting. Maybe that's why your energy's not all over the place here. But you do have a bit of a fog. You may be experiencing at some point in the month of June. You may find yourself getting a little foggy in the brain, unclear thinking, not seeing clearly, but it'll rise. Fogs always go away. The sun comes out and burns off that fog, and you'll see clearly. So don't worry too much if you feel a little bit foggy or you feel like you're not seeing something clearly, because you will. It's just a temporary little brain fog, or even spiritually speaking. However, uh, you are at a fork in the road here, Scorpio. Can't really see that on camera. No, I'll just show you. Fork in the road. So you're coming to some fork in the road. And you have unfinished symphony also. You have sunstone, so that's about take pleasure in the things you do. So whatever you're doing, make sure you're enjoying it to the fullest. Be in the moment, be in the now. Don't worry about anything. When you're doing something that you're enjoying, just fully enjoy it. Black Kyanite, set strong boundaries. Now, when I get that card for you, it makes me feel like there are people who might be trying to cross those boundaries, whether at work, at home, in your personal life, whatever. Set the boundaries. Don't let people cross them. They're good, healthy boundaries. You set them and don't let people cross them. And stay positive. Try to stay positive no matter what's going on. Try to look at the positive side of it, the sunny side with that sunstone. I got the sunstone here, place it there. Send you that sunstone energy, Scorpio. Okay. Now with that yin, be open to receive that. Open yourself to receive that sunny, light energy being sent your way. This is you're being very receptive. You're going to be receptive to new ideas, new things happening, the new beginning. You're open to receive it. Oh, be open to receive it. Be open to receive the blessings. Be open to receive the new ways of thinking and being that are happening, that are, coming up inside of you. Um, there's definitely a new beginning here. You're shifting, you're adapting. Um, and you got the orphan though. So Scorpio, some of you might be feeling a little bit like an orphan, like abandoned in some way, alone, not supported in some ways, not loved in some ways, insecure in some ways, looking for love, looking for a home, looking for the family connection, feeling disconnected, feeling alone in some ways. Okay, so that's that. Even also, just came to me, even in that spiritual, I said something here about your spiritual life, um, that foggy veil thing, even disconnected from spirit in some way. Some of you might be feeling, if you're a very spiritual person and you're always, keeping that connection, you might be feeling a little blocked in some way. And maybe those are just feelings though. You're feeling that way. It doesn't make it so. It's just not. Maybe you're not feeling like you're getting the signs and the answers or the things you're looking for. So just relax and know that there's never a disconnection with spirit. It's always there and it's always loyal to you. It's just you're not feeling it for some reason. For some of you. For others of you, it's just more of the in the physical, with family, with friends or something. Maybe feeling like you're let down in some way, disconnected in some way. You're on a pilgrimage here, Scorpio. Some of you are on a pilgrimage, so you're looking for something. You're looking for another place to be, another way to be, wanting to be freer in some way, maybe. But you're on a pilgrimage, you're seeking answers, you're seeking a place, you're seeking, and with that new beginning, you're going to find something here. But you're seeking, you're on a pilgrimage, you're on a journey of discovery and finding your place, okay, where you can be you. And vision, the vision. That's great. Now you got that fog and that disconnection, I said, at some point in the month of June, but the sun comes out and it's going to burn that fog off, and you're going to see clearly, and you're going to have the vision. And the vision means what it is. You might be getting some visions, literally, Scorpios. Some of you are going to see things in your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the synchronicities, the signs, the symbols, an animal that comes near you and then acts strangely, looks you in the eye, that sort of thing where you feel that connection and you feel like you're being visited by spirit. You are. You're going to have a vision of your future. The owl's here, wisdom. The owl connects in some cultures the other side with the living, the spirit with the living, the messenger between the passed on, the dead, and the living. So you may be getting some kind of mediumship moments, messages from ancestors, from loved ones past. You might dream of them, get visitations in your dreams, that kind of thing. So be open with that yin energy to receive those messages and be aware and write down your dreams and things that you get, impressions. And protect yourself in that. Set the boundaries, even in that aspect. Make sure you're protecting yourself. Stay positive. Um, You got Unfinished Symphony. Now that one's a little bit. That's like needing closure on something. Feeling like you didn't get closure in some way. And let me think on that for a moment. Yeah, yeah. Like unfinished business. There was a lesson to be learned. Maybe you didn't learn it. You didn't. It's an unlearned lesson. Like something happened, you're supposed to get a message of learning, and you didn't. So you might have to repeat it. The lesson. A lack of closure and a need to make amends on some level with someone, with something. Um, so you need to tie up any loose ends. You're completing a cycle. And you need to tie up any loose ends. If you've been working on a project or something, you need to make sure it's completed and done. Cross the T's, dot the I's, and double, triple check it. Make sure it's done before you turn it in. If it's something like, schoolwork or if you're in college or something like that, or work. If you're working on a project, make sure it's complete before you submit it or whatever to so that it's just done and you're not embarrassed or get a bad grade or something. But you need to tie up some loose ends. It's kind of like before you can move forward kind of energy. It's like you need to come to terms though with something with where you are now in life, and before you can move forward with into that new dawn, there's something you need to get closure. And also, it's about acceptance. This card. It's about radical acceptance. It's about having to accept things that have happened that you didn't get closure on. Um, but you're being asked to seek and find the answers to questions that you've had that are emotional things, and you've had questions about them, and you're wanting that psychological closure on something, so you have to keep for some of you, it's like you got to keep focus, and maybe you'll get those answers when you have these visions and take this pilgrimage and receive the answers in some way. Be open to whatever it is. See, don't have a preconceived notion of it. You have to be open to whatever that is going to look like and be like and feel like. You know what I mean? I know that sounds kind of confusing, but I'll try to clarify it more here, Scorpio. Um, it's we're in the Mercury retrograde, so we're reflecting and we're reviewing. So you need to look and reflect and review on something. Feel like you're done with it. Feel like you have that closure. And before you can move on from it, emotionally, or even before you can take a step, make sure it's closed. For some of you, like say you've left a relationship, for example, you're not doing that in June. You've already done that, and now you're still kind of, maybe you want to have that one last moment and say good luck to you, take care, hope you're doing well, and goodbye or something. It's like you didn't get that final like closure thing. So even if it's simply to write a letter that you're not going to send kind of thing, like you write it down, and so you can release those emotions, and then just burn it or get rid of it, and you'll be done with it. You know what I mean? Maybe you lost someone and you didn't get to say some things you wanted to say. Write them down. Write a letter to that person. Because you're dealing with all kinds of spiritual stuff here, like I said before. So, write down to that person, dear whoever, whatever you wanted to say that you feel like you didn't get to say. I just got emotional reading this. So you're emotional about that. I think that is exactly the message for some of you watching, is that you need to write that letter to that person, say the things you couldn't say, and you can bury that somewhere, buried under a plant, and it's going to grow, like, to honor that person, and so that, or burn it and with some incense, and allow that smoke to take that up into that spirit realm, so that they receive it. They receive that from you, because you are here having the vision. Okay? You're connecting with spirit here. You are connecting. That's what this pilgrimage, I think, is about for a lot of you. It's more of a spiritual pilgrimage for you. Now, you're at a fork in the road here, and you need to click the closure on this, whatever this is, before you can move on and pick. You need to make a decision. You're on a journey, and you're going to need to make a decision here in June of which way you're wanting to go. Okay? You're going to have a choice here, and you make a decision that's for you. Boundaries. Do not, I'm going to repeat, do not allow yourself to be swayed to something you don't want. You know you don't want, don't do it. You don't want to go in that direction, don't go in that direction. Make sure it's coming from a place of what you truly want, though, not from fear or, anything like that, holding you back. You don't want to be held back. Receive the messages, open up to be receptive to the messages of spirit, your subconscious, and all of that. Pay attention to those visions, those dreams, those things you're getting. And decide which direction and do that. And also the orphan. The orphan's reaching out for love here, for that flower. Be open and receptive to love that you will be offering, that you will be offered. The universe is sending that to you, is what I'm getting. And you need to open that hand and reach out for it. And take it. And accept it. And help. It'll, open your heart to it, is what I want to say. Now I'm going to pull the tarot cards here and get some more clarification, some more clarity on this. But, wow, Scorpio, this is very spiritual, this message for you. I mean, there's the, we're here having that human experience, so there's that, the physical, mundane things. But those are all part of your journey, that's what we're here doing. You're going to make some decisions, you need to get that closure. Some of you might have to accept you're not going to get a closure in that, what I said, like in that last conversation, or, the breakup, and they don't want to talk to you, and they don't want to hear nothing you have to say. If that's the situation, then, like I said, even then, you're just going to have to accept that and write that letter or do whatever like that. Don't bother them. Write the letter, heal yourself. There, you have to do that accepting. All right. For others of you, it's more of that a person, passed on and you didn't get to say anything. So write them that letter, like I said, and send it to them. Read it out loud to them. And light a candle and an incense and send that up and know they're receiving it. They hear you, All right, now I'm going to clarify some of this. stuff over here. Stay positive, Scorpio. Okay, the orphan. Let's look at that. Messages for Scorpio for this orphan situation. Why are they feeling that? Why are they... Ooh, the devil come out. Wow. Okay, well, the devil came out with that, and then the Page of Cups comes out with that. All right, so look. You might be feeling this orphan energy because someone betrayed you in some way. You were in a toxic relationship that ended or something. That's where we got that there. Maybe you were being closed off. I don't know. You felt like you were in bondage to something, and it just became unhealthy, I think, for some of you. And it ended. And so now you're feeling, alone and stuff. But that needed to go, man. That needed to go. But it can make you feel alone and sad, and but you're freeing yourself from that. But I'm gonna keep going with this because I think there's other messages here. Scorpio. But there's an offer of love here. I mean, that's what I was saying. You gotta reach out. You gotta be open to it. It's there. It's an offer of love there. Love and healing. We're gonna get rid of that devil stuff. We don't want that. We don't want that. Make sure that's, well, you got the sun, so, all right. And you got this. The Five of Cups and the sun. Now, see, there's that loss and that orphan feeling and that loss. And you're still dealing with that. But there's an offer of love and there's the sun. And the sun's going to burn off that fog, too. And some of this stuff here, you're going to get the closure over here. Sun's going to shine. You're going to get clear on where you want to go, what direction. And it's going to be good, Scorpio. So we've got all this like darkness here over here, and then we got the sun. I think you're going to heal from this orphan energy, and you're going to open up for that love. And I mean, it doesn't have to be for a lot of you. It could just be a really good friend that comes into your life and makes it brighter for you. Helps you out. Makes you feel more alive again. But the Chariot, moving forward there with that fork in the road, you're going to make a choice. You're going to pick that. You're going to be moving. Taking action. You're on a pilgrimage, spiritually and physically. I think some of you are traveling. Some of you are actually going to move to another place or do some exploring, go on a trip, something like that. Just, if it's not permanent, it's just something that gets you, out of that rut, out of that stuck energy and that bondage feeling, and feeling freer, You got the Queen of Swords. That's a feminine energy, but that's cutting through all that stuff. That's cutting away from that devil, cutting them chains, saying, wow, I don't need to be in bondage to this no more. Some of you can be dealing with addiction, and you're gonna get it well. You're gonna get to rehab. You're gonna stop. You're gonna do the program. You're gonna get out of that. All right, you're gonna free yourself from that with that sword. You're gonna cut that off. You're gonna move into the sunshine here, to the brighter days. Now, for some of you, it's not that, of course. It's a broke up relationship or just whatever it is. Some of you are grieving, like I said. It's all kinds of reasons. The feelings might be similar and the same, but there's different reasons for all of you. But you're going to cut through that. You're going to use your head. You're going to get clear when that fog lifts. Make your decisions. Get in that chariot, move forward, and it's going to lead you to more happiness with that 10 of Cups. More happiness and fulfillment, love, friends, pleasure, joyfulness. You're going to be feel more connected with spirit here. Like I was saying, you got vision. That's awesome, Scorpio. I'm, even though there's some pain or in this relationship, in this in this reading, there's also such a positive, calm energy as well surrounding this reading, and a brightness, a hope, and really connection with spirit. Here's some nostalgia, looking back at the good times. Maybe you're going to be hanging out, talking about old memories with an old friend, or, something like that, or getting together with people you hadn't seen in a long time, or just remembering, looking through old pictures and remembering the good times and feeling joy from it, feeling good, remembering, and you can be there again, and you will be with different people, different circumstances maybe, but it's still going to be happy and joyous for you. Scorpio. There is light in that tunnel. There is light. I see really good, I have good vibes here with this reading. Really good. Even though it starts off with orphan and, the devil's over here and you got the fives, there's some of that there. But it's leading to, you're getting away from that. You're getting away from that. You are definitely, look, you're looking ahead. The ship's going to come in. You're just waiting. You're looking. You're planning things. You're going to move forward. It's good stuff. Looking good here, Scorpio. Really is. I am so happy about this reading because I had some that were kind of difficult today and a little more challenging. And the Hierophant. So there you go. That's that connection like I was talking about. Do your ritual, do your praying, do whatever it is you believe in. Connect, connect, connect. Connect with the ancestors, the spirits, the spirit guides. You're going to have visions. You are developing spiritual gifts and skills here. And you're going to need to, that's going to make a big, huge difference in some way in you moving forward, getting that closure, moving forward, and choosing that direction. You're going to have that guidance. Ask for the guidance. Okay, and you'll get it. And don't let anyone else try to sway you one way or the other. You got to do what you do. Justice, balance, things coming out fair. A fair verdict if you have a legal issue. Bringing yourself back into balance in life. Things being balanced. King of Wands, getting that passion. Waking up passion, creativity, good new ideas, moving forward. All kinds of good energy here. For the Scorpios. So, any more messages for Scorpio here? It looks pretty good here. Let's see. Wonderful. Yeah, so there's been some indecision and stuff, and that fog stuff. And some things rising up here. I want to keep saying don't let someone else set the boundaries, because you got that there. You got someone maybe trying to sway you one way or the other, and you're not wanting to do what they're wanting you to do. So I don't know what that's about, but you got some mixed emotions here, but you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna come into that light, and it's gonna shine on it, and that's gonna lift. It's gonna lift that fog, and you're also adapting and shape-shifting. So no matter what's going on, you're just gonna be able to shift gears, shift into that, and handle it. You know what I mean, Scorpio? You're doing well there with that. You're going to be able to adapt. You're adapting. You're learning to adapt, too. Maybe you were rigid in some way, and now you're learning to adapt more and shift more and go with it, you know? And I'm going to close it with this because you got the Magician, so there you go. Get all the tools you need and learning how to use them, maybe getting more, developing more skill in that department. Manifesting on that soul journey, pilgrimage, manifesting, getting clear, getting out of that fog. You're going to be in it a little bit. You know, there's some resistance here. Someone trying to cross your boundaries, but, you know, you're not going to let them. You got a new beginning coming. You're really, I think you're just going to get away from all this. You're going to get that closure, and you're going to open up with that yin, and you're going to receive that. Open your hand and get that flower. And you're going to feel more connected to spirit, to others, and maybe even a little love coming up for you. A good friend or a new love. And you're going to move forward here in that chariot and full speed ahead. At some point, you got that magic with you. Magic. It's a magical reading here for Scorpio. I really like it. I hope you like it as much as I do, because I think this is great. Great stuff, Scorpio. Good stuff. So, happy June. Happy Litha, blessed Litha. Happy summer solstice coming on the 20th. And be well, be blessed.